It's a beautiful afternoon. It's really a beautiful afternoon. I came out here for a certain observation, so it's gonna be 1 o'clock right now, and I'm noticing these shadows, and that's what I wanted to see because now I wanted to start with that observation is these shadows. You see the shadows, and I was saying before how look at the sun in proximity. And you could look at the time. I'm gonna have to check it on other ones, but I know moving forward. See, that's why I say within zenith. What up, Machete? What's cracking? Seasons greetings, suckers. What's cracking? I'm out here making some observations. That's why I came out here right now, because this is Sabbath. I remind everybody it's a day of rest. I'm not out here working out. I'm out here making some scientific observations about these shadows and stuff. So when I get around and I swing, because I got this in my hand, but like just observe the shadows, observe the pose and everything. Cause like this is asymmetrical. Look, watch these trees. Look how they angle. As I'm going, look at the angle of them. I'm gonna show you something else too. Like look at everything on the lines on straight parallels, cause you'll notice there's something interesting that no line stays straight. There's a curvature, E equals mc squared. It's relative. That's what Einstein observed. There's no line straight. People don't. There's a difference between a straight line and there is no line straight. Meaning the difference between this and this. It's equal. So if you do parallel, that means equal, right? If you do this and this, it's still equal, but the difference is it's not static. It's not this way. You see, yeah, Newton. All of the above. So okay, I'm gonna start posting it on my community images, right? They're photos and stuff that's generated in my studies right now. So a lot of them you can see them on Facebook. Well, actually, all of them are on there on my Facebook. All of the images are actually in order, because they come out on order. Because every time I like when I come to a new development, right? So let's say a textbook, a whole textbook. I completed it. It's done. College textbook, everything, quizzes, assignments, everything, a complete core textbook, all of it, college, right? Science book. So I post like so many chapters. I post so much of what the research is so that anybody who understands, they can actually take that right there, anything from there. Any part of that should help them in their studies of anywhere they are. Psychology, biology, chemistry, physics. It doesn't matter the science. It all applies to Roseline science. So it's a developmental science. The thing about Roseline science as it is that it's a distillation for all sciences. So it's a mathematical formula that I'm gonna explain. It's ZN1. It's simple, ZN1. It's a real simple fucking Z equals zenith. That's the sun at noon hour. That's why, like, no matter what, watch, I'm gonna show you something. If I could keep the camera as I'm turning, I can't do it the way I want to. I'd have to have the camera set and going around that so you would understand the shadow dynamic of a sundial. The sun is always there. What people don't understand is that, okay, there's a confusion in our rotation. We don't understand which direction we're moving. The earth is doing this. It's wobbling. It's going around though. Okay, so we understand it's doing this, but it's doing this. You see what I'm saying? It's turning it's spinning, but it's going around. Right? Okay. The mystery in the science, in the history, is found in the combination pack of electron, proton, and neutron, and electrons, neutrons, and protons. It's static, right? So it goes out and back, out and back, out and back, out and back. And those elements are in all things. They're at the core essential of the cores of all the earths. Those elements are even on our skin, they're in our bloodstreams, they're in every single thing, except for oxygen itself. Oxygen in the core is what causes it to expand and contract. So there's an inversion chart when you're mapping the sun. There's an inversion chart that's actually maps onto the 7-week in Bible prophecy. There's an inversion period at the flood. There's an inversion period at Babylon. There's an inversion period at Egypt. There's an inversion period at Babylon. There's an inversion period at Medo-Persia. There's an inversion period at Greece. There's an inversion period at Rome. And then chapter 13 of Revelations explains the rest of it, the fallout. It's science. The Bible is science. Scripture is science. It is the oracles. How do you think we came up with the mathematical formulas before? You see, the question at the core is, it's still a mystery. It's infinity. We don't know what created those elements. Mind cannot conceive what created the elements themselves, so what can we say about it, right? Honestly. So I wanted to come right here so I could show you these shadows, because I was on this pole again. Watch, when I go to Tempe Town Lake, I'm going to show you the one pole that curves. That one pole on the light you'll see. Look. Look where the sun is, though. It's 1 o'clock here. You see what I'm saying? It's 12:58 right here. This shadow should not be that. This shadow should be more that way. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference with, okay, if we were on daylight savings time, then it would be. Okay, let me show you the overlay. This is the Hebrew calendar. This is the Hebrew calendar that sets everything, right? From Shabbat, which is when it all begins today. Adam and all life begins, even out of Libya, Ethiopia. It all begins at that moment. Okay, so that pole would be the start, right? And then that's the Hebrew calendar from Shabbat to Shabbat. Shabbat to Shabbat, right? The first overlay comes with the Julian calendar. I'm gonna explain the diamond cut. That's the Julian calendar. Then that's the Gregorian calendar in the overlay. You see the shadows? Now let me line them up. That's the overlay. Now, okay, look at that. If you put that right there as a hexagon, as a hexagon, right? So a hexagon begins the formation of a diamond cut. A diamond cut is a hexagon cut over a hexagon cut over a hexagon cut. So when you look at the Hebrew calendar like this with 10 months, Julian adds 1, Gregorian adds 2. So if you're looking at a shadow wherever you are, because we've never done that, you're gonna notice a difference in the time frames. We know science-wise that the clocks are off. That's zenith. When you line this, I can't get that sun. There it is. I'm at zenith no matter what. If I continue to do that with the sun, I'm at zenith. The only thing is that, okay, the sun will keep, right? But I'm going to move around the sun. I'm going to move around that fixed point. That's the earth. You see, people don't understand the dynamic. So look, watch, look. So this is the earth or any planet first. And it's emitting off electrons, protons, and all that in its orbit. Right? But there's also others. So look, what causes string theory to develop is the fact that it's pulsating. So the earth appears like a buoy in the ocean doing this in the universe. Right? While everything's doing this. So that's where your inversions come from. That's where the inversions, if you look at the charting on it, that's where those inversions. So people in December time, the 22nd to a certain period, that is the most depressing period on Earth. It's scientific. It is the most depressing period on Earth. And if you're going to listen from an economic, from a psychological standpoint, marketing-wise, in the economy, that is the best time to market something like Christmas. I'm dead ass serious. That is the most brilliant time to market an event like Christmas, economically speaking, anatomically speaking, geographically speaking, at the time in which these overlays were done in the calendars. Because the overlays in the calendars, you're talking about the Inquisitions, you're talking about the transatlantic crossing, the African slave trade. You're talking about Africa being named Africa to begin with. So let's start with those overlays. And then when you overlay languages from the original Yiddish Hebrew, Yehi means let there be. What did John Lennon sing? Yehi? That's what John Lennon sang. Yehi, let it be. I'm just here chilling. I'm at the park, bro. Let me give you look. I'm just chilling on a park bench, minding my own business, bro. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. It's Saturday. It's the Sabbath, day of rest, peaceful day. There's no static, no electricity out here. There's no drama. It's peaceful. It's tranquil. I'm the loudest, most obnoxious thing out here until somebody from somewhere else taps in. And then you know what it is. It's a beautiful morning for me, no matter what time of day, because I'm just waking up. You see, I go to sleep early, but I wake up at like 3 o'clock. So I have a like 3 to 6 o'clock in the morning where I'm in just study. I'm doing mathematics. I'm doing equations like that. You should see how complex these. Well, I mean, equations are not complex. They're really not. Once you formulate an equation that's bedrock, and then you start building off of that, which is what I did. So I just like now, I can create the most complex formulas, but I can also, because it's reduced down to that simple base formula. So now what I need to do is how to apply it in all fields. So what I want to do is like a Rosetta Stone of a person could just take that key code and put it into their analytics and whatever their studies are, whatever they want to know about the person in the mirror. Basically, you know what I mean? Like whatever the question is you have science-wise, you know what I mean? It can be from your nervous system to your diet to, as petty and petite as the follicles. You know what I mean? So it's pretty sweet a treat if you ask me. Science. It's a delicate little morsel. I'm just saying. Science. It's just a science lesson, bro. Alchemy is the distillation process. So the science itself is really alchemy. If you have to peg it into a particular science, I would say alchemy, and that's the question I'm going to ask, because alchemy is it's distillation. So the science actually distilled alchemy as a science itself. So it's an interesting find. I thank God, dude. I thank God. Let me not go getting like, and this is where stones getting cast at me because people start looking at me like, nah, man, don't judge the book by the cover. You know what I mean? Because the insights that I have come from human experience and God given, potentials in themselves. So it's a coordination of things. It ain't just me where I can say I can take claim to anything. I'm not so prideful as a lot of people to act like, no, dude. I got through what I got through in life, not because of me per se, but because of the abilities that God gave me to get through each day as he does every day. That doesn't change. I just been through that stuff. You know what I mean? That's still science. That's still biology. That's still chemistry. That's still neuroscience. That's still psychology. It's still pathology. It's still the truth. You know what I mean? I'm not on here for a pissing contest. I've always said that. Did I not always say that? I'm gonna get with the chat right now. I said I'm gonna get with the chat right now. We're gonna chill. We're gonna chill. I'm just giving you the, you know what I mean? Like this is the every day when I come out here, pretty much. Hey, for me personally, that's why I say like look at what I look. Okay, so I was on thing too. I want to explain that. Watch. Look at the trees and everything. Look at the formations of them, and look at the sun. Look at it. Look at everything, because everything will arc that way. Everything in everything on Earth will arc towards that. You see, it's a dynamic thing that it does. Like all of the curvatures of all this arcs in that way towards that. It's a arc like that. You see the twisting of those like that? It's an arc that goes around like that. So you know like when you're looking at DNA, that the strand, that's what you're, cause look at, watch, I'm gonna pull in on it. You see what I'm saying? Do you see the DNA strand in all of it? Look at the way that, look at the curvature of it. This is me going in a circle. You see what I'm saying? So let me pull out. Right, so let's do it this way. Let's time lapse and slow it. I want to move though, so I want to, cause I want to try to generate the whole effect of the earth as it's going around while I'm doing this, so you can see. So now I'm doing this circling, and I'm turning the camera. You see, cause this is what's happening in the orbit. Right around the sun. You see the distance of everything? Watch. It'll circle in on itself. It's geometry. I'm just following my line on my steps. I'm looking over my shoulder and watching the camera, trying to keep, but I'm geometry. I'm just going in a circle. You see? Like, okay, so we know even in motion, and that's why I wanted to capture all of that. So even in motion, we know that there's there's an equation that can articulate expression, right? We know this in mathematics that there's a mathematical equation that can translate to even movement and motions and shit. So when you're considering everything now, see, look, now I'm at I got a different view of it. It's interesting just to change one geographical location and to see the dynamic and appearance of the trees and stuff, the way that the curvature of everything is. Look, now I'm just gonna circle on the line. I'm gonna walk this line and circle it so I can see it. Cause I can slow it down now. That way it's not dizzying on the camera. Cause I gotta take some steps backwards. So I gotta keep my vision. So I wanna try to get a, there we go. Yeah, cause I have to be moving forward while I'm turning now to get you the full effect of it. Okay, I got it now. Because of the curvature of this sidewalk itself, the way it turns, it will create that actual orbit itself. I noticed that. So you see, watch, look, you see what I'm saying? So if I was to walk that right there, I'm pretty sure it would match that design, that orbit, because it's the impressions that we have of the angles that they're set. We can't say that in the universe. It's a void. It's a void without a void, because, okay, how do you explain it? A void without a void is the combination between electrons, neutrons, and protons mixed with oxygen. It's the dynamic force that propels, and because the others are constantly gonna. Okay, that explains the Big Bang Theory. That's the Big Bang Theory. The theory is, how did them come to be? Okay, well, for one, what created the matter to begin with? Right? What created each individual particle? From whence came the chicken or the egg? We still go back to that in design. It's infinite. Even because we're looking at the cores of the planets to explain theology. You see what I'm saying? Because there's a science there that explains theology. It explains the Bible, the Quran, and all of the scriptures. Look over your shoulder. I'll be, and what I'm working on right now, actually, what I say, being able to that one key that you can use, that's for the musician, actually, because Madeline Starr and her husband, he was frustrated on, I don't know what he was working on editing wise, but I suppose it's in composition because he's a producer, musician and stuff. So. And I had been thinking about, I was gonna hit him up and explain something to him about the resonance, but I wanted to resolve that equation first. That way I can just present it as gift. Like, here, you can just put this into your computer. You just program that in. So, well, whatever your problems you're having in composition, because, okay, what you have to understand is, okay, first, overlaying notes on a musical scale, right? It's all timed. It has to be timed. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. It has to be timed. Rhythmic, harmonious. If you get a tritone in there, that's the interruption that creates all the dissonance and all of it. and then it's reverberated at a particular megahertz that it hurts. So when you overlay that with auto tune, do you see how it sounds? I can't listen to like these younger rappers that rap. They sound real like teenage. They got them real squeaky voices that are sharp, that are with that auto tune. Oh God, awful. Their parents are ugly people, for reals. They're gremlins. Those are gremlins, fool. Those are straight up gremlins doing that, and those are the real Edgars. Those are the most mindless of them gone. Those are the ones that the King Vons that be shooting. They dreading up their hair. Now they're not locking them. They're dreading them. There's a difference. Them motherfuckers are dreadful in their hair. Listen. That's a head full of dread. Don't you understand that shit? That shit's locked and baked and caked, and look at all these other fools trying to do it. Well, why are you doing it? You know what it is? It's all that codeine. I'm going to tell you the long-term effects, Alzheimer's, dementia. The long-term effects of all of those pharmaceuticals, the leans, the perks, the perps, all that shit, the long-term effects, I swear to you, is Alzheimer's, dementia. You're already headed there. You're already look at how pliable these brains are, these kids, and look at how forgetful they already are. You know why? It's expedited by the alcohol and then the visuals, and now they added a blue light, an infrared blue light over everything. That's where, okay, so I was studying last night I was studying the effects of ultraviolet lights again. I circled back to MK Ultra. Because now when they hit 5G, they started, we hit liquid crystal. Our screens are now covered in liquid crystal because it's an overlay, okay. So if you're on my Facebook and you're getting added on my reels and stuff, that's what Facebook wants you to do. They want you to collapse all of your ads. They want to collapse that all into liquid crystal. Those are layers. You see what I'm saying? So like, when you hit that person that pops up, folds. The next one that pops up, folds. The next one that pops up, folds. It's all into one stream with those hashtags. So that they can generate it out. It hits everybody's streams. Liquid crystal. My screen appears crazy. It just like, it's surreal. It's liquid crystal. It's surreal. They want to give you the realest impression they can. It's like looking into a crystal ball. That's what it looks like to me. That's the dynamic effect of the visual effect of it. The hallucinogenic effect it has. It's a hallucinogenic. Listen, when you apply liquid crystal, here, a simple science test. Take some acid. Take some LSD. Take some LSD, get you some blue light, some ultra blue light, red light, and watch anything. and liquid crystal, and look how you're not. Don't do it to yourself. Don't. I'm just seeing that shit. Don't do that to yourself. That's the fastest way to get that that plaque to build, that metal to do what you do when you're feeding a dog. Now I realize why these kids are going so fast down that rabbit hole. Now I get it. That's the science behind that shit. They intended to get us to this point. You got to think about it. The television was in development before all of that. Our military understood liquid crystal a long time ago now when I think about the overlay, because I'm looking at overlays that it takes to make a diamond. Liquid crystal is diamond clear. It's a diamond cut. It's that much overlay. You know what I was explaining about a hexagon over a hexagon over a hexagon, that 3 points? That's the overlay of liquid crystal. It's diamond. So if you the effects of that shit on your brain when you're taking any of those stimulants, dude, when you're taking codeine, any of that shit, dude, in any form, it don't even matter. That right there, those base soft metals right there are fucking the way they're sticking to your brain. They're actually, listen, that liquid crystal, they're actually able to control where that shit's going. Yeah. You better sober up, world. It's a sobering reminder, man. Like, you know, the crazy thing about it is a whole bunch of conspiracy theorists, they won't believe nothing I'm saying, but they'll believe every other conspiracy theorist. So long as he sounds like them. This is what the scripture teaches about false teachers. People who have itching ears that go seek after teachers. Because you turn from here, you question everything I say, and you go listen for someone else. Vicky Goggins, let me get on these comments. Yes, it's see, hey, hold on, I wanna show these. Oh, that one got it's dang, you didn't even make it. I'm trying to see because you already like science proves what I say to be true about even these people and their behavior. You know what I mean? They're going to continue on the behavior patterns. What did I say yesterday? Because I'm just chilling now. I said yesterday at this corner, there was a dynamic, right? There was an interesting dynamic at that corner about those dudes, right? It is at that corner, right? And then what I say? When you come around this way to this corner, right? So basically it starts here when I'm seated, then it turns what? When I come this way. Right? When I bend that corner and I turn back, and I proved it on the live, right? I swing back that way, and it's the same thing, right? You see, I'm sitting here, right? Nothing looks straight to me. None of these poles that should be straight up, and I know that they are straight up. If I did the they will. But because of the sun, because of the curvature of the earth, nothing is straight. It's not straight. You just, it's an interesting phenomenon when I'm looking at like the curvature of the trees. I know that they're actually like, so, okay, if you're looking at the seed breaking the root, it's all coming from the same thing. That root is doing that. It's unfurling with that. So in its essence, the sap and everything, as it forms out, that's what it's flowing into. It's organic. Because think about it, it's going to keep doing this. So if when the seed is growing, think about how it's growing up. You see what I'm saying? And then when you look at you look at just anything, a tree, a bush, a flower, anything, how it all unfurls. That was the rose, but how it all unfurls. So an interesting thing I want to note here on this one. Okay, so I was mapping the geographic coordinates from near Giza and the Temple Mount and here at Tempe Town Lake at 33.33 degrees intersecting, right, to meet. Okay, there's interesting when I try to get a geographical pinpoint of an address at that location, you know what it runs? It's not even in Phoenix. Okay, so look, when I try to map it, right? So what I do is I crossroads it first, right? I crossroads, if you know this place, I crossroads, look. I crossroads Van Buren, Mill, Washington, Curry. That's Phoenix to Tempe. This is Tempe. This is Phoenix. But this is the river. And the river flows that way to the Baja. That's southwest. It flows into the Colorado, the Baja. That's a gravitational force to pull. So, okay, it has the coordinates actually mapped in Tolleson. The closest address that it could give to that pinpoint is in Tolleson. Now, how is it that it maps Phoenix, Tempe right there at that junction, that crossroad, that box, and skips all the way through Phoenix Metro? And then when I put that put that data point in there, it's the river. Yup, it explains that. And the cross reference is the Nile. The cross reference in the coordination is the Nile. It's an interesting it's an interesting flow of coordinates. Like when you're looking at okay, we're trying to map pinpoint locations from point A to point B through it. See, I'm doing my face so you can see a circle like that, right? So from Egypt, the Temple Mount, Tempe, Phoenix, it does this. It does that. Swoosh. What right now is in this? What star right now is aligned in this? Do you know? There's a star aligned in the crescent moon right now. What star is it? It's the star of Aquarius, Muhammad. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's not the star within the crescent moon. The Prophet Muhammad, is that not one and the same? It's the Aquarius. The star of Aquarius is in the crescent moon. There's a lot more science that proves the point about where we are in Scripture, the book of Revelations itself. You know what I mean? I'm gonna show that. Look, Cotton. If you're west, then it not. What are you talking about? If I'm west, then in not you in not. What do you can't even talk. I can't even. Daniel, whatever. Cheers. All right, Daniel. Carlton. No one knows what you just said. Seriously. And rough, whatever. You see, look. What did I say about look, here's 3 identifying principles right here. The Ruffican one, what did it show? It was stimulated which way? Because 3 of them popped out at once. 2 I can see, right? 2 to stand in front of me. What's up, G-Town, Texas? What it do? What it do? But we got these 2, Carlton, and these are names that have been used before. These are recycled names. They are recycled. They're off the same accounts. So look, one is triggered in one way. One is confused. So I'm confused, Carlton. The rough one is obvious. We're doing psychology now. We switched classes. We're in psychology now because we got 2 class clowns that jumped up. So we're gonna discuss pathology and psychology in these 2 people. Star. It doesn't, Carlton, I referenced the name of the Prophet Muhammad for a particular reason. The Prophet Muhammad was born in Aquarius. You understand that? The symbolism in the star that's in the crescent moon in Islam. Do you understand that? It's symbolic. That's why they believe that the Prophet Muhammad is the last, that he's calling for Jesus. But where's Muhammad now, except for in the scripture itself? And what does the scripture in the Quran testify to? The virgin birth of Jesus Christ, the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, and it attests to right now being the Sabbath. Am I right or wrong? In the land of Judea, is not all the Jews and Gentiles, if they're Muslims, are they not in prayer right now? Are they not counting the hours right now? What's happening in Mecca and Medina right now? Can somebody tell me what's happening in Mecca and Medina right now? You see, because this is resolving the theological questions as well. The disputes that were created at the Crusades. You have to understand that the reason the Christians hate Muslims is because of the Crusades. Because the Crusades was God's way of stopping, the Prophet Muhammad was God's way of stopping the Pope, human beings, from going too far on the axis. We've seen what happened, the Inquisitions, the persecution of the saints, African slave trade, the colonization of the world. Rome is still here. We are living the residue of Rome. This is Rome liquid crystal. This is liquid crystal over Rome. That's it. But the reality of it is there was never any tension between the prophets. There's no tension between nothing the Prophet Muhammad said and no other prophet in Scripture. None. The laws govern the same way, come from the Torah. It's understood. So when you understand, okay, 7 week in Bible prophecy isn't going to be this catastrophic. No, it's a peaceful period of time. Go read it. When that spirit, that angel comes for that calling, it's a week of rest. Before the sky gets blackened. And because he's coming, and then the sky's blackened, and that's that Bukalili type stuff, and then you're here for how long, and then judgment. Because it's just all going to revert back to the same. The same flashpoint. My question, deja vu, is this. How many times has it done it to itself over and over and over and over and over? How many times have we been here? You know what I'm saying? Like, how many times has an electron and proton and neutron done what they done and did that again? Whispered in our ear. Hebrew, Yiddish, and did this shit again. Because the power's in the tongue, we understand these things. Carlton, are you teaching people or are you arguing with the chat? What is your goal? Is it... Go check the thumbnail. I'm not even going to talk to you no more. Go look at the thumbnail. There's a formula on there. If the thumbnail itself didn't capture your attention, you're done with this. No matter how smart you try to sound, I'm not even going, no more, Carlton, for that. We ain't even doing that. I'm not arguing with nobody. You're not learning. What do you mean, am I arguing? I'm not arguing. I'm teaching. You just came in with the word argue. You started arguing, so you got sent in the corner. Go look at the thumbnail. Go read it. Go understand it, and then come back. I'm gonna personally time you out. I'm gonna give you 10 minutes to go think about it. Go look at that thumbnail and go run it through your analytics real quick. Before all of that, there was no argument until you injected the word argument, Correct me if I'm wrong. And was I not just speaking about the power of the tongue? When you inject a word like argue, you made it argumentative. No, I was teaching until you, Tom Cotton, oh, Tom Kenton picking cotton, until you injected a single word, a one word, argue. You were arguing a whole bunch of questions. You argued question after question after question. Why? 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 The ambulance came again, like I say on these chats. This one tried to sound smart and intellectual, but he comes from the same place, I can tell. It's one of those characters because it's the same. It's Carlton. Like I said, that's been used before. Your bird brains can't think outside of that ring. That's how you're predictable. You're easily predictable. Pathology. Pathology predicates what you're going to do. It predicts what you're going to do. Next, pathology. It's not prophetic, it's pathology. You're pathological. We're all pathological creatures. We follow a path in life. It's dictated by a certain orbit within ourselves, psychological, biological, chemical, neurological. It sends off signals like that. Why? 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 But first injects a word like argues. So I'm still not arguing, even though my tone has changed. Like it's not an argument, it's still teaching, isn't it? So the resonance is what? Like is it gonna change the meaning and the message because I sat back and I said it slower? How about if I say it slower, but I just say it a different way? That was dumb. That was really dumb of you. You hopped in a ambulance with a cut on your throat. You were scapegoating yourself down the stones right now. We're standing on the law of Moses right now on the Sabbath itself. So what are you doing? Scapegoating yourself. Why? 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 Ayúdame, por favor. There's a thumbnail. I should have titled it. My bad. I'm sorry, mijo. Equals MC squared. It's relative to the thought process and your theories because it's not a theory anymore. It was when he wrote it, when he proposed it, but somebody, after he died, posthumously figured it out. Yeah, it's relative. It's E equals MC squared. It's all relative. The arcing, that bending of the light, the way that it does. Let me show you. The bending of the light, the arcing of it, the way that it does. Let me try to find the sun in general. Then we'll go out and watch. You can see it. Some are streetwise, some are science-wise. How is that for visual effects? How is that for oculo? You know what oculo means? I just gave you ocular vision. I let you see in panoramic, I don't know how to explain it, vision. I don't know what you saw. I have to go back and look at it myself because I just did it. So I don't know what I see everything in front of me. So I can't see that illusion of what created. I'm drawing with my phone, my camera. I can go back later and look at it and see how it visualizes, but I know it proves my point. I know that I could see what I could see just in nature with my naked eye. You know what I mean? Yeah, you see what I say? It's like it's a resonance, all the planets. So like it's like, you know, it's hard to explain. I can't pinpoint it yet. Like if you're looking at the sun in the middle of everything doing all that, like it's oxygenating, it's breathing, right? So that's the intelligence of the design. That's the only word, and it fits the description of what I'm designing. Is that because oxygen is entered into the equation, that it's doing this. The electron, the neutron, and the protons are doing this. But because it seems like there's a direct north-south polar like axis that's pulling it, right? So it appears like it's a ripple effect. That's why everything appears on the rings in the orbit, but it's a radiance that's signaling back because each of those cores it's the oxygen in the core itself. In a nutshell. And I entered that, and it's like, yeah, that's one part, but no, that is the part. It is the oxygen itself, and it's in its casing. Whatever, I don't whatever. Listen, it's hot. It's lava. That's okay. How the rest of it comes to be, I don't know, dude. Don't ask me. We're not going there. Let's not get into that, dude. Let's try to be peaceful here today, dog. No banging on, no set. You know, I'm gonna take a little long walk. I need to get up. I feel inspired by the Lord. It ain't. What did He say? What did the Lord say? It ain't unlawful to do a good deed on the Sabbath. I feel I'm doing a good deed. I feel the blessing should be shared, right? I shouldn't be going in. I should be sharing the blessing. Because you got to see, like, I'm seeing, like, okay, I'm seeing geometry. Now I'm seeing an arcway. You see what I'm saying? Like, now, as I look at nature, like, now, when I come through, I'm going to be seeing an arc, right? Like in Seattle, or not Seattle, St. Louis. So, like, now, that's what I look at. I see all of these principles. I see geometry now. Okay, it's an interesting equation, the oracles. Let me try to spell it out so you can type it, right? Okay, start. Okay, start with forward slash lower G backslash. Forward slash big G backslash. And then just look at it. Okay. Start with, okay, because you can add it. Okay, that's a fundamental equation that I just gave you. Right? I'm trying to remember it. It's the oracles. I'm gonna give you the oracle. So it actually begins with the okay, so parentheses a question mark. You start with, it's a question. and then you write oracle. Okay, I'll have to look at the sun to be able to spell it out. So it's Shabbat. So S, Shabbat. So put S equals Shabbat. You have to put S equals Shabbat. Z equals zenith, 0. Okay, wait. S equals Shabbat, but S equals down. Shabbat. So here's a reading from scripture. We're going from day 1 Shabbat, which is the 7th day, right? So 1, we're talking when life form goes. So Shabbat, zenith, 0. Okay, S equals Z0. That's that equation. That's that. And then somehow those two G's fit in, but I got to go back and find it. It's buried under so many fucking different mathematical equations that I can't, like, I'll find it. I'm going to find the oracle. I know I got it on there. I do believe I have it locked on my Facebook, but I may have already deleted it. But I did do the oracle already. I do have the oracle key code. But you have to, symbolically, when you're going in to do it, you have to say that S equals Shabbat. So when you're reading your analytics, it's like, okay, that's Shabbat. That's your starting point. Day 1 of mankind starts on the 7th day as God rested. Let me do that for you. It's a shifting. Right, so we're looking at it wrong. Because life doesn't begin when he said, let there be light. Life for us begins when he played in the mud, like I was saying yesterday, remember? Check the live. Now that we're woke, look at it. Do you see how they can wander together from such innocence into creation being as it is? It's a really simple, logical, scientific story. It's in all of us. If you believe, right? Isn't that what he said? You can move mountains if what? We're more than conquerors if what? And has people not watched me long enough to see that in its design itself in my life? Where am I at? What am I doing? What have I been doing on cycle? What is my mantra? The difference a day makes. We have free will. We believe whatever we want. God is whoever we say it is. Do you not understand that? You congregate to a cult of personality no matter what. It's a pool. Every congregation is a cult of personality. It's a fact. It's a scientific fact that if you apply that logic science-wise, that yeah, every church house is a cult of personalities. Say amen. You're going to stick around long enough to learn something, huh? You see, because that's what, the Christians would love you to believe that science doesn't apply. No, science confirms scriptures. See, this is the illusion that they're under. Science has to confirm scriptures because it's theological. That debunks the atheist's argument in itself. It's a theological question. And it has a mathematical and biological formula. So there's no denying these things. You see? Now I'm just your regular old pastor at your church, whoever he is, wherever he is. The only difference between me and him, I'm not dressed up, suited and booted. I'm not pretentious, ostentatious. I am not sitting there selling the word of God. No, I am giving the truth for free. Did I ask anybody to donate, chip in anything for those scriptural readings? For any of the lessons that anybody learned today, did I ask anybody for anything? Did I say, give me your tithes? You got to pay your tithes. Did I do any of that? Never. But where are you gonna go to church at and find a more pure, true word of God spoken that applies logic, science, reasoning, biology, chemistry, theology, alchemy? Where? What preacher on earth are you going to get that at? Where? Who? You know why? Because he's going to turn to another to go find out and question me himself. Every one of them would have to go turn to another false teacher to question me and try to get enough of them together to come debate me. That's the point. So when I can go to any professor at any Ivy League university in any science and go banging on his door and say, get your out here and we gonna talk at the park, guess what? That's how they did it when Aristotle and them was around. That's how they did it when Jesus and the apostles was around. Now you got to earn your ground. Your tenureship ain't guaranteed here. Nuh-uh. The well's been poisoned. The well's been poisoned with the truth. The well's been poisoned with the truth. So what are you going to do? You're going to endow me with success. The Lord is going to endow me with success. I can't take no money. I don't need no money. What do I need all that for? What do I need all of that? You know what I'm saying? What do I need any of those pretensions for? What does any man need it for? You see, that's what gets these dudes jumping on here and out of envy and jealousy. It's envy and jealousy that causes them to do that. It's a nervous system reaction. They're excreting hormones. It's a fact, scientific fact. You know what I mean? Like they insist on the same things. They're triggered by the same things. It's an intellectual stimulation. It's a visual stimulation, audio, all this stimulation. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's interesting that when I could be resonating the way that I'm coming off, that someone would turn gay on me. I didn't turn gay in the conversation. If I turn gay in the conversation, it's to say I'm happy like right now, but to give a disclaimer to say that, yeah, they use the word gay to imply gay homosexuality. You know, there's a distinction and difference. And like I pointed out on somebody asking, are you gay? Well, let's first bring some clarity to the conversation. What do you mean gay? I don't know what you mean. Gay means happy to me. Even homosexual people are happy, no matter what community they belong to. We all supposed to be happy, right? Well, ain't we supposed to all be happy in this world? But no, when you check the word like race, that means running horses. You know what I mean? A horse race. During that time in Europe when they were doing that and they first came up with that word race, it had two Z's. It was out of France first. And then when the second definition of race comes into play, you know what it was? They then applied it to human beings as breeds. That's what they did. That's when they added that word and they said they were Caucasoids, Mongoloids, and Negroids. That's when they started sorting the slaves, because there was white slaves. It's true. Santos Salinas, what it do? What hand gestures? Which hand signals? Does it remain true? I got a watch on my left hand. You tell me. That was a random test, wasn't it? Hey, hey, did I not prove that? You tell me which one. I came in left hand hot. I pulled the trigger on that one. My bad. At least I marked it the same for children. Shucky ducky quack quack. That one came in hot. Which one was I doing? Signaling, signing from the left to the right. Which one came in? What polarity? Let's see. Yeah, we go ahead. It makes sense. It does kind of make sense that I come in hot off the left. We are going that way. You know what I'm saying? Science-wise, we just proved the point, bro. God dang. Science wins again. I'm defeated by science. And so are they. Oh, damn. Science-wise, I'm still doing it again. It's the Shabbat. I hope you're enjoying the Sabbath, man. To everybody out there, I really hope you're enjoying the Sabbath. And I encourage you to learn something about the Sabbath. Like, listen, begin your Bible studies with just the Sabbath. Resting. Even if you're at work, know this, that you're not wrong in the sight of God. You're just you're where God has you at. You know that. Just know that he's God right now. Just rest. Because if you're working, you provide an essential service to the rest of us. So just acknowledge, remember, today all creation begins. Rest. And restore yourself, recover, realign, reorientate, and redirect yourself in the right direction. That's the only thing that's said, bro. Look, bro, look what we can get to see. Oh, dang. He trying to launch that. Shoot, we getting this one. I'm going to go post on this person and get this. Look. He trying to get him some get up. I want to do that. That look fun. What you know about that? Santa Salinas, I'm doing great. Oh, you guys good? I'm going to let you guys hold it down. Look. I want to get up there. Damn, that's a delicate dance. Look what he's doing. That is a delicate dance. You see what I'm saying? Look, I'm turning with him. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to give you what. Yeah, see, it's coming this way, the wind. He can feel that swirl. It's swirling right there. Yeah. It's actually swirling. See, you see what he's looking for? Let me zoom in on him. Because I can feel the wind with him. That's why I'm coming at these angles, because I can feel it. Watch, look at the all this. Do you see that? It slopes up. That's such a dance, bro. Because I'm feeling the wind with him. If I can't, I'm not going to let go of this shit, bro. If he's going to launch, I'm launching this shit. Hell yeah, we old as hell. You trying to do that with me, Santos? You want to go on a cruise, homie? That's how we go cruise. We ain't doing it in a car. We ain't going to do it. Hey, fuck that. No boats. We going to cruise. You want to go for a cruise, Santos? You 62, Vicky? Shit, you Santos' age. Alice Jones, 24. I'm 50. I'm 50. I'll be 51 February 13th. It's an honor, though. Hey, I tell you, everybody that just mentioned their age, I really appreciate you guys doing that, man. It's valuable, man. That's an asset. You know what I mean? Your age matters. You made it this far, man. Appreciate that. Look at this man, right? Look, man, look at him. He trying to take off, bro. See the flag? Just watch the flag now. You can see the swirl in the flag. Let me try to get it. Hold on, I need to get on my knee. And I need to get away from this. Because I want to get... You see the swirl of the flag? You see the way it's swirling up, over, down like that? You see the angle? It's swirling this way. It's swirling around. Yep. That'd probably be a better thing to do. I'm gonna keep moving though. I'll catch him. I got enough of the science on here. That's cool. I got to do it. Hey, I try to tell you. These little boys out here, you want to go fly at the sky with me? They tell, hey, let's go flying. That's the kind of cruise I'm trying to take right now. Saying, look, when I feel it, because look, you can see, and I got to get off this course. They almost killed me. I almost got shot on the course. I'm trying to get him. That shit's cool as fuck. Tyrone. Uh-oh. He's gonna get it. He's going to get it. I just don't. I'm gonna have to find another position. I'm gonna go over here. That bench right there will give me a good view. Go post again. He get ready to fly. Oh, he's coming from this way now. He's coming from this way. It would make sense because all that wind is catching this way. You see that swirl. He's trying to catch it in that swirl, and that wouldn't be wise. Because the way I feel that's exactly because that was the way he was lined to begin with. He got it. Keep it up. No. Shit. You can kill yourself doing that for reals. Hey, bro. I'm looking at this man. You see his age. You see that's great. These little boys are clutching guns with little skinny jeans on that only fit to the bottom of their butt cheeks. Their pants fit from their ankle bone, the top of their ankle bone. They snug at the top of their ankle bone to the bottom of their butt cheeks. That's the length of the boys' jeans these days. And they're clutchy guns because their dads are scary killers and drug dealers in prisons. Stuff like that story, you know what I mean? And then there's I get mocked for this by the Just for Men Club. You know what I mean? That Just for Men Club is always, listen, let's go back to psychology 101 again. The Just for Men Club. Let us talk about the Just for Men Club. You know what I'm saying? Sato, Salinas, and Vicky. Let us talk about them's right there, right? Because that's who, when we get all this dissonance, this static, this disruption, this really bad behavior, really crude, you know what I mean? Like this innuendo and everything else. There's something biological that's telling, and you recognize that. And it's like, that's the Just for Men Club talking. That's what it is. We are that. Look. We're gonna identify. We identify. Here's what we're gonna go over here and say. We identified this much. We identified certain character traits as the bipolar shift from that corner to that corner, and how the dynamic and polarity it is. You know how it goes from gangsta boogie to want to get all cuddly and, you know what I mean, want to sniffing and yiffing and scritching and yiffing and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, these motherfuckers know what scritching and yiffing is. These motherfuckers know they've been cosplaying their whole life. That's the whole get up over there. It's all cosplay. It is cosplay 5.0. 7.0 now, you know what I mean? That's just liquid crystal. That's just diamond cut. That's just baked into them. They don't know any better than that now. Oh, shit, fuck, that's a lot of layers of nothing on top of you, bro. I'm telling you, you might want to get out from under that. A whole bunch of nothing. You're this, you're that, you're this, you're that, you're this. You're just layered in a whole bunch of nothingness that cannot be defined by any human being. You're just caking yourself up in identities. You're caking yourself up in identity crisis. Let me give you the overlay of the psychology and pathology here. So you got race as one dynamic, ethnicity as another overlay. You got culture as another overlay. You know what I mean? You add race, that's the gloss on top. That's the veneer. You know what I mean? That is that thin veneer that leads people to believe that, well, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Look, I found it. There's a tree. I want to get this tree at this angle, though. Where is it? Here. My bad. My bad. I actually had to take those photos in frame. I had to get it. I had to get a zenith. Because, okay, we know this about plants that, like, it's going to follow the sun. We know that twirl does that. So when looking at, look, I'm going to explain it. When you're looking at that, image, okay, visualize that as the sun, right? That image is the sun itself, right? So, look, watch. I'm trying to, you see, that's more or less what's happening at the core. So if you look at, like, the line, right? Parallel line, right? A straight line. Remember what I was showing you over here? If you do an overlay of the sun in, like that, framed in there like that, you would see the radiance. You'll understand the radiance because it's wave laid. It's wave and light measured. I can't. I had to go. I'm just thinking on the fly, but they clutch things because they can't fight. Exactly. People don't understand. I don't even like I don't like shoes on my feet when I fight, bro. I don't like shoes. I don't got the grip that I want when I fight with shoes on, dude. It don't matter how the shoes feel. I'm a slip. My feet, I need to be gripping. I need to be gripping something solid. You know what I mean? Like I got better. Like I'm even better in the grass barefooted, faster, everything. Like because I get a bounce off of the earth. Well, like that's everybody. Like you know, I'm just thinking about homies when we were growing up racing at St. Luke's or at school and shit. Like there's that dynamic principle. There's those who mechanically have it in them, genetically, but I was thinking of Ben Cuevas because he's a real that motherfucker's a jackrabbit. He's like a doe dog, like off the block, fucking man. Doe, I mean Benji, uh, Eric, Zuzzy, Tyrone, Star, Zuzzy School. Who else was that explosive? Meme. Meme was probably the most, but he would like Meme was so impulsive that like he had to clap his hands all the time. Blah, 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 blah. Meme was always clapping his hand, always excited, like he'll come fucking with you and shit. Meme. That's Meme. You know what I mean? That's therapy, dude. Like, right now, like, I could just fall asleep because, like, the temperature and everything right now, if I had a pillow or something to lay my head, I could just lay, crash out that grass right now. How comfortable and relaxing it really feels all around me and shit. I've been on there 90 minutes. I didn't intend to do this long right now. I'm gonna circle back around. I got what I wanted out of it. You know what I mean? I need to come with. That's what I should have did was brought my other camera. That way I could take the photos that I wanted to take. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do next time. Is I'll bring my camera and then I'll take the photos, and you can see. I could take the picture and show you and explain it. I told you we're gonna turn this into a it's a school lesson. I can't run fast, so I had to know. ah, my story is dynamically different because I always got forced out to fight. It's a fact. I got forced out to fight. My mom didn't let me lose a fight. I never lost a fight in front of my mother, bro. I never did. And I had to. Listen, bro. I had to fight more than one time, back to back. Like I'm talking about, like we're done. I won. We called it. She says no. My mom could be that brutal in a moment, depending on how scorned she felt, dude. So like, it could be over between me and my friend, and my mom be like, no, fuck that. He hit you right here. Or that's my mom, dude. And I had to fight again. And I had to fight a lot, dude. I had to fucking fight a lot. My mom sent me out to fucking fight a lot, dude. So that's why, like, I have the confidence that I do in my. I'm not worried about people say they believe whatever they want. It's just entertainment. Listen, I'm getting more out of the value now than they're ever going to get for doing it. I mean, I'm just going to go post up. Look at the ambiance on my channel compared to theirs. What am I talking about? What are they talking about? Where am I at? Where are they at? You know what I'm saying? Don't let the numbers fool you, boo. Don't let all that fool you, boo-boo. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna park it on this bench and we're going to get on their helmets again. I like talking about them. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I like talking about Winnie Boo-Boos. Winnie the Foo-Foos and thems. Let me give you where I'm at, though. Let you see my panoramic. Ring ding dong, ding 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 dong. You getting it? 360. There. Hydronata, you're there every day. Go to beach. What beach? In Arizona? Beach? Beach? I ain't trying to live near no ocean. Beach? I ain't trying to be nowhere near no ocean. I'm trying to get to the center of this. I'm trying to get to Central Texas. That's as far away from either side of that ocean you could get. It might be close to, it might be close down to the Gulf, but I'm good with that. I ain't trying to listen. I want to see the ocean. I want to go to the beach, but I just want to go see. I ain't trying to go be. That's the two different things. You know what I mean? Like, the only beach I know is Big Surf, and I don't even think we got Big Surf no more, dog. Shit, my dad was the saying he would not let me. Hey, but that's that generation though, bro. Like, that ain't just me. I'm not just talking about my mom. That was the community we came. That was it, bro. Listen, it's in the blood, bro. It's in the genes. It's like my cousins in California didn't grow up any different than us, dude. With their dad, with my primo, like they didn't. Like it wasn't. That's why me and my cousin Themo, we get along so well, cause like we're the same. Everybody always said we used to look the same. Well, we still do in certain respects, but like we know it. But like people mistaken me and him, like dead ass. Like I'm talking about aunts and uncles mistook me and him. And there's a real close bond between them, because like my cousin Sonny's born here in Golden Gate. It's before there was Eloy Soto, there was Golden Gate. And then he goes over there. You know what I mean? That's where he's raised at in Eloy Soto. Right there in Boyle Heights. And then he starts having kids and shit. So, you know what I mean? Like, we come from the same brutal force of ancestry. It's the force of ancestry. It's a brutal force of ancestry. It's us. But then there's the geographical differences, like, and that's where me and him, you know, it's like always the why you on Cali? Why you on Cali? Because you guys are by a beach, bro. We're in a desert. Don't try to think that because we do things the same, because we have gangs and you have gangs, that we're trying to be your gangs. Like we're like, no, dude, like, okay, Crips and Bloods, that's one thing. But there's never been an establishment other than, what's the North Side gang that the Chopper's from? Pico something? Pico Nuevo? That's it. And then like Dog Pound, like Dog Patch, whatever. Like, there's been nothing here in Phoenix ever there's no Sureño, there's no, you don't have a Ranfla here, homie. There's no Ranflas here, dog. You don't have a Lolo here, homie. Everybody would tell you that. They'll tell you that. There's no Ranfla here, homie. They don't got it. They can never have it. You don't understand you don't understand the dynamic. We live here. We're from here. Do you see us going over there trying to set up shop? No. But we see you running away from that problem over there, coming over here, so we know you can't. You can try to act hard all you want out here, but you're out of bounds. You bounce out of bounds, ball. You're in our court. You will get kicked the fuck over the fence, fool. That is the true story of what happened here. That fucking ball came over this fucking fence and got bounced the fuck back. What the fuck? That is the actual true story. When the Sureños here got put in PC and all that other shit, fool, that's what happened. The ball bounced over here, got kicked over the fucking fence. Get the fuck over there, fool. You're under the impression that anybody here was gonna fucking stand for that. RJ and all these egomaniac motherfuckers, dog. Like, okay, yeah, we're some punks. We're just gonna, okay, big homie, huh? Big homie Kelly, you're dumb, fool. Ain't no big homie Kelly, nothing that shit. Ain't nobody branding. Hey, come help me from California in Dupovilla Projects. Hey, anybody from Dupovilla, can you imagine that growing up? It's a homie like RJ. He's in the projects and he's all that, but he got to call somebody. He got to call his primos in California for help in the hood. You just chin checked him, but he got to make a call to Cali to get that. You ain't gonna never see no shit like that from nobody from the east side, fool, never. I can't see that many not in Phoenix. It ain't ever happened. We know that, dude. I don't know why, you know what I mean? Like, don't, just know your place, homie. That's all I'm saying. Know your place. You're not here. All your drama, you come try to throw on this fucking liquid crystal shit right here, bro. That's your window. You're looking out of. I'm at a park, dog. You just see me through liquid crystal. That's virtual reality. I'm in fucking reality. It don't get no realer than that. I gave you every effect you can possibly conceive of. Fucking camera dropping it right there to give you that effect. Gang. Gang is a grouping of individuals who commit crimes. Or a gang could be a gangway, which is the dividing space between two structures, a gangway. There's different meanings to gang. Gangster is different. Gangster is always criminal. That's where the gang is the cult. The gangster is the cult of personality that forms the gang and everything that comes out of it. So whoever's most resonant at any point in any generation, whoever's the fucking motherfucker that can kick the thump the best and fucking shoot the best and fast the best and steal the best and cuss the best and fuss the best and fuck the best and kill the best and outlast the rest, that's the test. Santa Salines, 1989, 1990, I invited them to the east side. They never came. You know why they didn't come 1989, 1990 out here? Because that's when they was all getting rushed the fuck out of here. That was the end of them crack shits. And that's when they all got forced out, bro. That was when the Crips and everybody got forced out this motherfucker, dog. That's when the Crips forced them out. You remember that 1990 Ice Cube got banned from fucking performing here. Check the record. Ice Cube did not perform in Phoenix, Arizona for nearly 30 years. He is scared as fuck. DJ Quick, nobody from Compton. Ask him. The Crip homies, some other homies did that shit. Homies from the Park, homies from the Dove, homies from the Vale, they weren't going for that shit. Hey, I'm looking at that old man, still ain't got that up. I was looking right now. Look, he might get it up though. It's you can't see it because it's up the trees. He might be going up because he ain't came back down yet. See it? There it is. Hey, Santos, I invite him. I invite everybody to come join me live every time I'm out here, but they sit there and talk on liquid crystal. There's fucked up on liquid crystal. Liquid crystal. I can't even say crystal. I can't even pronounce those two words together. Liquid crystal. I can't. Crystal liquid. Let's do it that way. It's crystal liquid. It's a thin veneer, their delusion. They think that they can project all their whatever at me and it'll be. But they can't unless they come here to see me in reality. Not there in virtual reality because there's a thin veneer between us. It's called crystal liquid. You keep throwing your crap at it on screen. California love. California knows how to party. California knows how to party. In the city of Watts. In the city of Compton. In the city of LA. They do it their way. They do it their way. But what can the rest of us say? Hey, what can the rest of us say? Hey. So I'm saying. Am I autistic? Yes, I am. How did you know? You must be autistic, huh? Yeah, I'm on the spectrum. You should have let him go. Yeah, oh, watch. I'm gonna post some stuff on autism so you can learn something about autism. I got some charts and graphs for little boys that got bubble heads like that. Yeah, you know the smartest people in the world are autistic. You every single human being on Earth that qualifies for Mensa is as a savant is actually autistic and per depth perception. That's what makes you autistic. See, an autistic person would have understood that. I know you get it. It's California love, though, dog. California. You see what happens when I sing the song? Look, watch. Watch this phenomenon. California, and I'm singing to the west. California love. Let me get some California love right now. Where's all the homies from Cali at? Tap in right now. Drop your L. Let us know where you tapping in from. Shout out your city. Shout out your hood. Show some respect for your own. Let's see. California. Let me get some love from Cali. I want to see if we can get all of the California neighborhoods to chime in and shout themselves out with respect. Just yourself. No disrespect, nobody. Let's see if we can get California love for the world. Every hood in California come with respect and shout yours out with all due respect. Leave everybody out the equation. Show the most love and respect you can for your hood. And let me hear how it sounds. California love. For your hoods first, so I can shout you out. We can give you some shout outs. Let's bring some love here, California. Come on. No, California, Jacksonville, Florida. Appreciate you tapping in, Jonathan Moore. Jacksonville Beach, Florida. Where is that at particularly? Because okay, geographically, Florida is on like this, right? So where are you at? Beach. You know what I mean? I don't understand Florida. You know what I mean? Because I know you guys. I got to do a little more. I want to go there. It's a beautiful place. Everything I've seen, I know I can't live there. It's on the listen. It's on the Sun Belt, but it's there's an interesting where the orbit of it and the shape of where it sits. Yeah, Alabama, you're above Florida. Oh yeah, you are above Florida, huh? I thought Georgia was above Florida, or is Georgia above Alabama? Isn't Georgia in that area right there, or is it next to it? Georgia's on Alabama's on the coast, huh? And then Georgia off the Panhandle. Ain't that how it looks right there? I can't. I'm just trying to look at a map. I'm thinking of Florida, and I'm thinking going up. So like, I know that one of them sits coastal and one's like that. All right, yeah. Oh, okay. So I see where you're at then. Is it marshy? Is it like swampy over there where you're at? You guys got well, I would suppose you're off that coast, huh? What's the climate like over there? Like right now, what does it feel like outside if you step like right here? It's dry. Um, there's moisture, but it because of the it's an interesting like you can do a study on this and see watch this is crazy. Look, 'cause I want you to see what I'm seeing. Like not like summertime, huh? Oh, hold on. I want to go back and look at this stuff later. Cause I know what I'm looking at when I just did that. So there's a pattern, It's a spiral like a rose that comes out. Like if you're thinking about a rose, look at a rose. The petals, it's a rose. I can zoom in and show you. I'm going to try it. It's the optical illusion. It's by design. If you spiral out, watch, I could trace a perfect rose by doing that. Let me go the other way. Because this is actually the way it'll be going. I was actually going the wrong way. You see now the spiral? You see the rose coming out from right there? If you're looking at inside of a rose coming out, that's what you're looking at. You can see it pedaling out. You see how it pedal out? It'll all pedal out. And it'll pedal towards that. Everything will. It's hot. It's hot over there right now? Not well, I mean, hold on, let me get you the exact temperature. Give me your exact, hold on. Let me go to my whatchamacallit. 67 and cloudy here. I was trying to get the barometric and everything because that's what I was getting at about Florida. The barometric pressures there. And it because of the swamp, it would feel different for me being here from the desert. Like look, Santos said that shit. Him being from a more dry climate, he said that she pointed that shit out. Swamp ass humid. Swamp ass. That hey Santos, that don't even sound pleasant either. Hey Vicky, is it marshy where you're at though, off the coast, off the beach? I gotta get over there, man. One of these days. Somebody gonna pay for a trip for me to go to Alabama and Florida? Should I put up a GoFundMe so I can take a trip? Let's start the GoFundMe. Does somebody know how to set up a GoFundMe? You can help me out. I want to try to take a trip to Florida. You know what I mean? My past seems to be leading me to Florida. That's just what it's saying to me. I just seem to be leading to Florida. Yeah, you want to contribute to my move to Florida, to Alabama? Say. No. The optical illusion. I know. I know when you're looking at us, what you're looking at like that. No, it's interesting though that person mentioned autistic. You would have to know. It takes one to know one. That's not an offense. Like I said, every person that qualifies Mensa, 97 to 99 percentile, all autistic. Every last one of us. Every savant ever, dog, is always going to be autistic. You're going to be on a spectrum. It depends on how well you can control your insights, because it's insights. You're so insightful that you glow, dude. I've been explaining the science. I developed it. I'm teaching it right now because I come out here Sabbath to Sabbath is a reset day. Shabbat to Shabbat. Yeah. So you're looking at Zenith. At any time, I'm always on Zenith. But the only thing is, it's like that. So the understanding is the elements that create all existence are what? Electrons, neutrons, protons. And when you add, what do they do? And that's the cores of everything. So, okay, you can put an interesting thing. I drew a pinpoint from, I was getting 33.3 degree near Giza, the Temple Mount, to Tempe Town Lake. An interesting find. It doesn't. It maps coordinates at Mill, Washington, Curry, Van Buren, which is Tempe, Phoenix. It maps it there, and it maps it where Tolleson starts. And the exact location that it will give you is that downstream of the river, which, okay, there's a pole there in the architecture of the marina side, because that's the design of a rose right there. That walkway right there where you sit up in that thing, you're sitting looking up. So if you go to the parking lot, there's like the way it's designed, the architectural design is displayed to give you the whole motion of it. So there, I have the photo right. There's a pole that goes up, a light pole that goes at an angle. So that pole tips, it touches the sun or moon. You see what I'm saying? And so I came up with some interesting findings going with starting with Shabbat, the reset. So if it starts with, okay, when does all creation, let's go into theology. When does all creation begin? On Shabbat. On the seventh day, he created man. So let's go to an innocent story again. Let's take these grown people out. Let's go to an innocent story because they were divided, brother and sister. You see what I'm saying? But in the story, everybody forgets and omits the fact that in creation, there's Garden, Libya, Ethiopia. 3 sets of people. 3 dynamics, but those origin stories, they have to breathe life at the same time, though. Because Yehi, let there be, is Hebrew into Yiddish. Enunciation to pronunciation of words, languages that have power, force, move, light. Let there be. Yehi can also be let there see. And it's not a different translation. Let there see light is the same as let there be light, right? Because it's an awakening. So if you look at the essence, the spirit of whatever, don't try to identify it. You just look at it's forming itself out of the mud. Because that's what happened, right? Yeah. And then it split apart. So the story is lost that they went and named everything and they came back to a pinpoint. And what happened there is in adolescence. That's the essence of the story that's lost in creation. We get into the bigotry and the biases. The blindness, the liquid crystal over it. You see, it takes one to know one. That's a blessing. That's divine. Why do I need to set up a cathedral? Why do I need to build a big old structure to do that? Why? That was a sermon. That was a sermon in less than 5 minutes that had more power and force than you're going to hear all Sunday everywhere on earth. Because the truth makes you free. It's called an epiphany. It's an awakening. You see, I am being enlightened as I'm speaking. It's the truth. It's confirmed with somebody just like that. People are here, a third to watch and confirm. So everybody else that's caught up in whatever they're caught up in, like I said, it's crystal liquid. It's a thin veneer between them and myself. It's virtual reality, but it's hundreds and thousands of miles away, isn't it? You see, you don't understand the class of people that are out here. You're over there and you believe what you believe, so you believe there's a threat. Me being here and being from here, everybody from here knows there's no threat right here. This has become my park. Don't you understand? This is my church. Now we resolve this down to the point where this is my classroom. This is my church house. This is where we go. If I want to make a video, I'm just going to sit right here and make a video on these benches. It's not going to change. Look at my studio compared to their studios. Let's do that now. Let's start drawing contrast between their studios and my studio. Because I can just sit at any one of these benches and I can just post up and I can watch the 9-hole. You know what I'm saying? I can sit at the 9-hole and chill, dog. People gather around right here. You always see people posted up right here. Look at the visuals, man. And what are they talking about? You know what I mean? Like I said, the Sermon on the Mount. Mount Carmel right here. That just, everybody witnessed the divine, the order. You missed what I seen because I put the camera on it. I know what snapped the conversation, unlike you. I watched the whole display. I seen the psychology. I seen every facet of it at play. And when I say play, it went to go play, literally. It's an observation that I made in real time that's telling to the biology and chemistry between parents, especially a father and daughter like that. Someone like myself who wants a daughter to witness what I witnessed. It's a blessing. It's a gift of God. Now this is to those dudes particularly. Why watch me in envy when you can watch and learn a lesson from me? When you chime in with something that's off topic, you sit there and you talk about gay and you get into your parade of display of debauchery and carnality, and just to use proper terminology, real words that mean some things that you're doing. Think about yourself in that moment. While I'm here at the park and everybody knows it, and for laughs, so you can make yourself laugh, so that you can say, look, I triggered him. Look at what I did. And you do it. The first thing you do is you want to highlight the fact that I got turned up. First thing you do. Because that's your point. You think that you can hide your hand. You can't. I just told you threw a rock. I'm only doing it to shut you down because it shuts you down. When I get turned up and I call you out of your names, little boy, it's because now, look I'm calling you little boys in the course of a conversation to really spell out the same things that I've been saying. Now I'm relaxed. Now I'm chilling on a bench. Now I'm kicked back. Now I'm just saying the same things a different way. You're there. I'm here. What do you got to say now? I didn't get no California love over there, right? Nobody from California chimed in and wanted to shout their hoods out all of a sudden. Nobody from California was here. Say something crazy about them and look at how careless they get real quick. A la verga, way. Ask them to show some love. Can't get no California love, could I? I asked all these fools, shout out your hood, show some love, show some California love. Nah, because the one, there are those that do. That's why I say, because there are those that do, that tap in, they shout themselves out, they shout their hood and everything out, and you get a shout out from me. LBC, you get a shout out from me. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, what more can I say? If you would have said shout out LBC and you know what I mean, and the homies over here, and I'm gonna give you that, so long as you stop at at that. As soon as it's the killer and it's the XN, it's the hauntings, and nah, bro, stop with that knife, dog. I'm not from there, homie. I'm not from nowhere, bro. I'm at a park. I'm chilling, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop sticking the knife in the conversation. Leave it at that. Cut it with that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, if you shout yourself out, I'm not going to let your ops disrespect you on it. That's the point when anyone that comes on there disrespectful. I take it, listen, I strip them down to their parents. I get to disrespecting grandparents, and I don't listen, dude. I don't care what your ethic is on this liquid crystal here. What your ethics are on this liquid crystal don't have nothing to do with me. You're on liquid crystal right here trying to be ethical and stuff. The only ethic I have has to do with the community guidelines that says I can't do this because I could be banned. Otherwise, I'm going to call you all kinds of that. I'm the one who triggered Charleston White. You just don't know that. Oh, they do, because they remember. That doesn't the what's his name, the horn guy? I don't want any, but they did a video. He did a video. Dog, it's haunting. He said they're gonna do it. It don't do it. It don't do it, homie. It don't be. Listen, that it ain't like that little harpies dude, that little actor guy. Yeah, it's all harpies, homie. It's all acting. They listen. That's what that movie did to him. It gave him that effect. Now they think they're wizards. No, you're not wizards. Don't stop it. Because you got a cell phone. I know I know who's taking your calls. I know who's plugging you in. I'll go and plug them. In the hood. There's a solution to every problem if you feel you have a problem in the community. Listen, my homies that disrespect each other. And when I say my homies, I'm talking about Fantastic Force. You know what I mean? Like, from those divisions of the neighborhood. Like, if I'm over here with, I won't get it from none of the other hoods. They won't. We'll clown maybe, but I don't get it from them. But the scorn really sticks with the hood. It's like, fuck them. But otherwise, like, 7 years. You know how many shootings there were when I first got out? I got out and started talking about it. I laid it all to rest. It don't make no sense no more. That blood spilled. You're going to kill yourself in the end. That's the consequence. So either you put the bullet in your head, or, you know what I mean, like, you just let it go. You resolve it with that. That blood's gone. Take the blood sacrifice of Jesus Christ and move on, bro. That's all I can say with. That's what I had to do. I had to accept the blood of Jesus Christ. Face the law of Moses, dog. I had to face them stones. Yeah, I had to face them stones, buddy. I'm just getting pictures right now, actually. I wanted to screenshot that because I'm going to get that. I meant to get all these pictures before I went live, but I didn't. Because I saw everything that I explained before I came out here, and I wanted to actually get the. I'm gonna do it probably tomorrow, because I can see it from sitting right here. Any angle you're at, you see the same swirl. It's because the earth is really, it is doing this. It's set like this. That's the swirl, but everything else forms because it's doing this around the sun. You see what I'm saying? And it's actually doing it like that. That would account for the inversion. I can see the swirl. Yeah. It's an interesting thing, the Earth, man, because it's not flat. This shit feels flat as fuck. We feel like we're on some solid shit. We all we all hey bro, we really lean in the shit in life. We all we all tilted like this and shit, dog. We don't even know. We really, this is really the angle in which we're doing. We're at. I'm sitting here with my leg up on this goddamn iron, dog. Like I got some sense. Mike Sanchez, bro. We all know you're. There we go. See, hey, Vicky. Look at Mike. Not yours. Always the loudest in the room. Who's the loudest in the room? Not yours. Well, yeah, that's to those dudes that are always in the room. Like the dudes that are behind the liquid crystal that are always like they're hiding. They're on liquid crystal. They're in California. They're hiding behind liquid crystal in California. They don't go outside. That's what you're talking about, right? Is that what you're talking about? The loudest one in the room? That's Gunner, I think. Is it Gunner? Gunner's the loudest one in the room. Who do you think's the loudest one on there in the room on YouTube? I'm not in a room. I'm outside. So, yeah, who's the loudest one in the room? Dubs? So when we're talking about the loudest, we're talking about who's the scariest on YouTube, right, huh? Who tells the scariest stories on there is really who the scariest is. We identified them. We got them. Who tells the most scariest stories on YouTube? All the gangsters in California. Those are the most scariest ones on there. So I'd be the one to tell you, but they just are. That's an interesting landing right there. So my question is to those characters there is where are you at? Okay, so if we're Gunners, right now, are you watching me in the same little place that you do your videos and your lives from? Dub, same question. That's the same question to every last one of those content creators. I want to go outside in the rain. Hey, Vicky, yeah. You see what it is, huh, Vicky? What's it? Who was that? Mike Sanchez? That's Gunners. That's Gunners. Mike Sanchez. I'm gonna walk so I can talk to him. It's better when I can do a movie. Now I got Gunners trapped right now. Hey, Mike Sanchez Gunners. AKA Gunners. Mike Sanchez, AKA Gunners. And a mommy. See, I'm gonna give you the traits. It's not Dubs, it's Gunners. Okay, let me give you the pathology and the psychology, right? Gunners. Gunner's criminal case file. Let's start there. Let's start with the details of the case in which he went to prison for. A violent murder, kidnapping, torture, in which posthumously, after death, Gunners, whatever his real name is, he severed the penis of the victim. He's a penis collector. He didn't kill the guy. He didn't have no part in the setup. He was forced there by nature, by psychology, pathology. He couldn't get out of that question. He was a coward. He could not turn away. He was driven there by the nature of force, psychology. Like I said, the pathology led him to that place in which he did what? What did you do, Gunner? What'd you do? Sexual, right? In the midst of murder and mayhem, he gets so excited. Think about this. I've been there. Anyone who's ever been there knows. He was so excited in that moment. What did he grab for? Think about that. Do you understand the rush that's occurring when you're taking the life of another human being, when you're leaking their blood like that? You don't understand it unless you've been there. I've been there too many times. And from a clinical standpoint, I can tell you that about Gunner. He is homosexual. He leans towards his homosexual bipolarity. Now we're going to get to the Edamame story. Who initiated that contact? Who was the one who thought sexual? Who was the one who did it? Who's the Edamame mommy? Who was the one who thought, I'm going to swap spit with somebody, with him? I don't know. Dubs didn't know. Gunners did, though. You see the pathology, the path, the trail. So when they come on there and they start doing that, that's Gunner. Of all of them that I've watched so far, those details right there are most telling to who would be triggered towards that homosexual activity, towards that bipolarity. It's instinctive. You see how I can trigger it in them? Isn't it phenomenal how I can trigger them on the spot? It's a phenomenal effect on them. They're caught up in this liquid crystal. They're on liquid crystal. Everybody in California is on liquid crystal telling stories. Your stories don't scare nobody through this liquid crystal. You're not coming over here. I don't have to call you out of your names to prove the point. You're just not. You can say any words. It's just word salad. When you pose a threat to somebody that's out here like that, you might as well just be talking in some kind of foreign tongue. You know what I mean? I'm not the one who's J-Cat. I'm not the one who's that. I'm in nature. I'm outside. I'm natural. I'm organic. If I get turned up, it's because you trigger me. Because why? You wanted to get a rise out of me, huh? And then I call you what? I start calling your gang's name. I start disrespecting your parents. And I don't care. I'm still in public. And where are you at, PC, huh? You're hiding behind a thin veneer. You're on that fucking liquid crystal, ain't you? Right, that screen that you're watching right now that you're watching me on, you're on liquid crystal, huh? Crack the fuck out, huh? Twacked out, tweaking and shit. All on your nervous system, all like that. Let me see if I can get him going. Let me see. The pathology and psychology of every last one of them right there described. Some get triggered by the gang orientation. That's the masculinity. That's the bipolar shift that tends towards that other direction. In the same male figures. It tends to one extreme or the other. See, someone like Gunner, that both the at his core, it inverts. So right here, that feeling. If you tighten it up, he's a tucker. That's Gunner. He tucker. He's a tummy tucker. He's a popsicle stick tucker. He's a tube steak tucker. That's Gunner's. He's gay. He's happy. We love what's good. We love. Look. See? The sun will be coming up. Isn't some tripped out visual effects? Hey, so what? Listen, what happened? No, look. Well, did I shut California down? Did I just literally shut California down in one live? Is California literally shut down on liquid crystal right now? Hideouts, they're all PCs, they're all J-Cats. They can't come outside. They're in their little studio. They'll say, oh, he's crazy, he's a J-Cat. They'll turn, I ain't gonna talk about that one. You know why you won't turn and talk about me? You can't compete. You can't come outside with your stories, little boys. That's just a fact. You cannot come outside with your stories. And I can call you anything I want. Your mom and your dad too. And you don't come outside. You stuck twacked out on liquid crystal. You look at yourself at liquid crystal and you look finer with all them influences on you. Huh, Mike Sanchez. Hey, Mike Sanchez, Gunners. What happened? If you want to know if I'm gay, if I'm anything like that, you got to come in the closet over here with me. Hold on. This is where we get our grinder on right here. So if you're asking that question, I'm walking there all the time. So like, you know what I'm saying? If you're there and you're just projecting your own self because getting me excited, it actually gets you stimulated, then yeah, you know what I mean? I know it does it to you. But now what is it doing to you? How does it make you feel, California? No California love no more? What happened? I shut them down. No, Charleston White didn't wrap them up like I did. They can't even come on here no more. Come on, where's California love at? Nothing, huh? I could disrespect them. I could ask love. Nothing, huh? Where's it at? Wrap them up like a bow. From the north to the south to the Crip to the Blood to the Damu, the Paru, wrapped up in California. You're all quacked out. You're quacked out. You're crystal fucking liquid out right now. You're all high on that fucking screen you're on with them influences, you stupid. It's the MK Ultra effect on you fools. Nah, you guys are trapped in the MK Ultra fucking COINTEL program effect. I'm gonna sit down the park bench and clown you. California love. Where's the California love at, homie? Goddamn, what happened? No capping no more? You ain't coming in capping? I got you. You can't even cap no more in California. California love. Where's California love at? Can I get my California love? California love. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. In the city of Phoenix. Let's see what the effects are now that sun's coming through. In the city. Damn, don't block that shit. I gotta get the right angle though. Yeah, it's all timing. What I'm trying to get. Nah, see, the sun blocked it. I mean, the clouds blocked it. If it was shining through, I would be able to get it the way I want to show it. This, you guys are all part of my all part of my studies and stuff. I got everybody. You're really in class. People don't. Hey, them bozos in California don't get it. They're on liquid crystal. They're quacked out on liquid crystal. I did like literally. This is scientific work that I'm gonna give to professors, dude. They're always on liquid crystal throwing crap. They're throwing feces in a cell. You're all pesetas with that gang stuff, homie. Pesetas. Nobody cares about your Roscoe's. We got Lolos, homie. It's better. Hey, come over here and try Lolos. Move to Phoenix. It's better. Move to the valley. This is so beautiful out here, man. Help grow the economy. Come start you a small business and bring your ideas and your innovations and your creations here to the valley. You know what I'm saying? Grow you something. Be something. Get out of that. You know what I mean? Like, that's what they are. Liquid crystal, twacked out. They're quacked out, quacking like ducks on liquid crystal on it. They're looking at themselves like, hold on, let me tilt my hat that way. No, that's the one. Let me get that. I got to get it right there. That's the tilt. Oh, is it this? Oh, there it is. There it is. That's that California mascara, homie. That's that California mascara. Oh, Papa had to say, oh, Papa had to say, ah! Liquid crystal. Hey, how that shit make you feel on liquid crystal? What you gonna call me? You call me homeless? You still watching on liquid crystal, huh? Hey, go take you a stimulant. Go drink you a stimulant like alcohol that's gonna absorb all that. You know what I'm saying? Just chill one time. You know what I mean? Kick back with a motherfucker. You know what I mean? It's America, bro. God bless America. You know what I mean? Shoot. Hots, whatever. You'll be embarrassed wearing that cowboy hat? Well, sorry to be such an embarrassment yourself. You should be so sorry yourself to be an embarrassment. It sounds to me, host, that you're an embarrassment. I could wear any hat and make the hat look good, but obviously you can't wear any cap and make it look good, can you, in your gown? Let me see you curtsy. Huh? Why would you be embarrassed? This is my brother's hat. My brother's deceased. So why your embarrassment? Why would you be embarrassed? Show us your shame. I want to see. Let me see your shame, your embarrassment. Come on, I got you capping. Let's pause for a minute. Are you a norteño? Oh no, don't retract. You started capping, norteño. Which one is it? Dubs or Gunners? Don't retract. I got you capping. You got caught. What is your shame? No shame? What you said you would be embarrassed. Why? It's in your heart. You're not answering the question. Look, I got you all giddy like a girl. Gunners. Come on, Gunners. You're gonna say something? Oh, you're a salty sea serpent. So it's John Villa. It's John Villa. It's John Daniel Villa right now on here. Everybody can understand now. It's the sewer rat, that rat, chanclero, they got ran out of a cell with one chancla on. Dubs, that's him. That's why it's a different resonance. You can tell when the bipolar shift, it's gay when it's Gunners, it's a dick when it's that dummy. That's Santa Barbie right there. Ken, I'm going to call that Ken. Ken and Karen. Ken and Karen Barbie on YouTube. That's the Ken and Carrie Barbie show. From the south to the north, north to the south. That's the Ken and Barbie show. Ken and Karen Barbie show. Sewer rat, what are you gonna do about it? You didn't do nothing to Monster when he called you guys that either. Scared of Monster, Cody, or what? You're from Michigan. Oh, you're even more confused. What does SUR mean? What does that mean? Oh, what does it mean? I got you retracting, huh? Oh, you just said you're from Michigan. Huh? Dubs, you dumbass. You're from Santa Barbara. You're from Santa Barbara. I thought you were from Michigan. No, Monster's dead. Monster punked you guys out. Monster punked all them out. You're all sewer rats to Monster. Sewer rat. And you're a Detroit. You claim to be a Detroit sewer rat. Signal. Dubs. You can't go outside, little boy. Why you can't go outside? Why you can't go outside, little Dubs? You see how I got him bouncing around? There's science involved in this. It's like I said, look, he can't let go of it. This Dubs does not realize he's caught in a trap. He's just continuing on. You see, perfect timing, wasn't it? Listen, that was so perfectly timed that I knew I seen it coming. You can watch, you can check the record on and exactly when I deleted that, how he tried to laugh. I saw it coming. I knew it was coming. I just sat there and pressed the button watching him, dude. And as soon as I seen it pop, I got him. I just poked his little bubble. I just let his little bubble float up into that pop. California love. You're a sewer rat in Michigan then, huh? So it's not Dubs. We'll say they got sewer rats in Michigan, so Michigan's that goddamn weak. Hey, Michigan, are you guys that weak? Michigan, stand up. Detroit, you got sewer rats over there. You weak if you do. Your brown man is weak. I don't know what you guys call yourself up there. I don't know what the brown man calls himself in Detroit. I know they got a little Mexico in Chicago. So now I know they got Chicanos and Latinos, but I don't know what they got up there, dog. I don't know what you guys call yourselves. We can't even identify you as brown people. But you're a SUR. What is a SUR? Are you sure of yourself? You can't be sure of yourself if you've left out the E, homie. You cannot be so sure of yourself, SUR, if you left out the E, homie. You ain't sure of nothing without the E. And you can't spell West without the ES, homie. And SS ain't nothing but suckers and Nazis, stick figures, fucked up, toy soldiers. So SUR what? SUR what? SUR what? Because you ain't sure of yourself without the E. You damn no got no surety without the E either. You can't spell earnesty without the E. And you definitely cannot spell definitely without the E. So where does that leave you, Missy? Missy Elliott? Missing the point? Missing it? You see what I'm saying? Like, I knew that was next. The resonance. I sound mad? I sound mad. Look at me. Look at Look at my lean back, homie. 77-year-old. Every day. 77-year-old man every day. What you on, gang? Liquid Crystal in California? You on Liquid Crystal in California, or is it Detroit now? Talking about sewer. You've been infected so far close. It's that salt near that water. It's the gravitational force right there. That water, the way it pulls into there, you don't understand the orbit of things and where you sit fixed on the planet. You really twisted. That's why they be burning houses down in Detroit. They don't do that no more? Huh? Morning time. Wow, you say you ain't fishing, man. I doubt that. What you talking about? I ain't fishing what? I just caught a fish. I caught two fishes. Now look, I caught dubs and gunners. We knew there was gonna be two popping up. You wanted to get to the resonance. You want to make me sound like what? Look at you. Look at the J-Cats go. Look. I don't even have to say nothing. Let's do them SMR. Shut them up. Did you have a point? Huh? What does that say right there? At something. I don't know what that says. More something. That's the distortion in your word. More what? What is it more of? It appears to be drama. You try to inject your own drama, your own heart into this conversation. You were talking. You try to give a perception. You try to instill a narrative here. You try to get people to think I was mad and I'm triggered, or no, because you don't understand what's going on. You're caught in it. So let's start with more. Who are you? More what? More drama, more queens, more deception, more Jezebel, more Babylon, more what? We're angling for what? What are you talking about? Fishing what? You're a fish out of water in the conversation. And in virtual reality and in reality. 77-year-old man. We circle back. Look. That's you right there. More what? Learn a lesson more from a 77-year-old man. Learn a lesson more. You want me to go put him on camera right now more? Is that the angle you wanted more? More what? Like more drama? Is that what you were hitting at? More what? You need more perspectives? More what? What more do you want? You want drama? You want to inject drama? You want to bring your California love? That's California love, dude. California always chimes in with the drama, dude. That's not everybody, because not everybody's gang related. Not everybody's on that bullshit. So what are you talking about? Like, more what? More drama because you created a fictitious account. So you can go troll people. More what? You're not a content creator. More what? You're on a whole parallel universe. You're twacked out on liquid crystal. You're from California. I can signal you to do stupid things like you do. You'll create accounts to try to get attention. That's West right there. So what dimensions do I, what dimensions does Gunners, Dubs, whoever, Alex Alonso, what depth perceptions do they have in a box? They're in a box. They can't teach you nothing about life, nothing. They are stuck in a box. I'm talking to Alex Alonso now. I'm going to add him on this one. Alex Alonso, you're a professor. That man's teaching. He's been to every continent. That's how delusional people in California are, dude, as a matter of fact. They lack depth perception. They're stuck in a box and they're trying to reason their way out of a box. Get off of that liquid crystal, fool. I'm at a park. Pull up behind me, fool. You're delusional. You're a J-cat. You're everything that you project at people. What are you talking about? This is the livest channel on YouTube. It don't get no liver than this. What are you talking about? I get it. I guess. I do actually. But that's why I got to end this live, because my battery's dying and I got to get this picture of this shot at this perfect angle. So I do have to go, though. But learn a lesson today. So all my mods, I love you guys. I appreciate everybody tapping in. We'll do it again tomorrow. We out.